fuck Saban, fuck Neil Saban, fuck Hasbro. But how is Hasbro a failing company owning a failing company, which is Saban? And fuck MMPR. So essentially, this MMPR game is essentially a beat 'em up. So a beat 'em up is like a fighting game, but for people who are too broke to afford one. Don't get me wrong. I've been underage most of my life, which means I've been broke most of my life technically. Don't get me wrong. But the best part of a beat 'em up is the boss battle. So two companies called SNK and Capcom was like, what if we make a beat 'em up that's just boss battles and it's online? Street Fighter and King of Fighters. So Power Rangers is about heroes who wear attire designed by the Japanese who pilot robots, which five of those robots they pilot can combine into one giant robot. Gen Xers and millennials will ask, why do Gen Z and some millennials watch anime and Transformers despite the fact that Hasbro is a failing company due to bad marketing despite making fire Transformers movies and Paramount too. I mean, people was gassing up these Sonic movies kind of kiddie, honestly. But what I will say, that's besides the point. But one, Transformers has actually like good CGI that makes you think the alien robots are real, you know, which that sounds a bit stupid coming from me. But, Power Rangers is just a person in a rubber suit, and the thing with anime is that you can say, at the end of the day, it's a type of cartoon, but at the end of the day, you're not mixing Power Rangers, which you want to see the Power Rangers fighting, with, some trash ass sitcom plot. Like, I'm not a sitcom guy. I don't really want to hear a bold joke, then hear some type of laugh track. I do like Boondocks and maybe some other like Cub movies or a Ghetto Tubi movie. But I'm black, so I have to like certain movies, or I don't get to go to the cookout in certain shows, and I don't get to go to the cookout, right? Which I really don't like. But Boondocks is hilarious. I mean, there's a lot of movies that are hilarious, really anything low budget, honestly. Don't get me wrong, Transformers story is mid most of the time, and yes, the movies are carried by CGI. The only time the Transformers story was good or peak was in Transformers animated, and really Prime be tripping on how they be wanting people to collect relics, and Transformers Victory was mid to good. Those are my top Transformers shows in my opinion. And Robots in Disguise 2001 for the memes. And honestly, one reason I didn't mention Marvel is because Marvel is kind of falling off. If you're black, you watch Black Panther or Blade if you're a black old head. But honestly, every Marvel movie follows the Blade, Black Panther, and Deadpool formula or Captain America formula because, honestly, Iron Man is kind of boring when you have Batman, who is just Iron Man but cooler. Hawk is, I mean, a big giant guy. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, I'm a bit broed out, as a Dragon Ball fan, and Thor, is a Norse god, and I don't even think people even worship Norse religion anyway. And I'm from America, so no one I know even worships that. So like, I don't really understand Thor's convoluted story. So I will say, in my opinion, I think Captain America or Spider Man are the Avenger movies I would watch, but I'm not really that big of a Spider Man fan either, because I mean Spider Man's like 100 years old, and everyone's like already explained the story to me in the trailer so much. It's just too much. But Marvel is falling off because, like with this new Craven movie, in order for you to watch a Marvel movie you actually care about, you gotta sit and watch movies about side characters, which are just fillers, so you can understand a plot of a Marvel movie about a character we actually know and care about, because that's the only character with brand recognition. And don't get me wrong, I have nostalgia for a lot of things from the late 2000s, 2010s and stuff. But the thing is, I'm not dick riding either. Like the Gen X and the millennials, and even a lot of people in Gen Z with the 2010s nostalgia. I'm not out here glazing Saban and Neo Saban. And I understand that life is hard when you become an adult, and you realize that when you was a kid, you take off those rose tinted glasses, and a lot of adults who had bad childhoods take those rose tinted glasses off and realize how trash their childhood was. No offense, right? And I'm thankful, I've had, good people who I've known who have taken care of me, family members, family, friends, people who are like family, friends and stuff. But what I will say is that, everything isn't perfect. As humans, we're not perfect. And that's why all media can't be perfect, at the end of the day. Because, what you like is subjective. Now, some things are objectively better than others. But I don't believe in nostalgia bias because there's a lot of people who are around my age who have it. A lot of Gen Z people do have it. But Gen Z is over. You know, it's been a while since I watched Power Rangers, but it's been a while since I was a toddler or a kid during the 2010s or whatever. I kind of grew out of that shit, but I get my sources from the Marcus Digital Trap Squad. Great reviews, great streams, and where Zilla's retrospectives, which is self-explanatory. Go check those channels out. But essentially that's besides the point. But why would you have Jason as the Red Ranger in this game? All this dude does is say Tyrannosaurus, and that's what he does. Tyrannosaurus, like that's all this man does for a paycheck. Like he's lame. I mean, you got Billy, who's a nerd. I mean, you could have got Sky Tate. I mean, you could have got the dude who was the Blue Ranger in Lost Galaxy in like Chicago PD or whatever. I mean, that dude is just the Asian version of Scar Tate and just a worse version of his character, but that's besides the point. But you know, for a leader, you could have even got, TJ, who was doing more than Andros. I mean, Andros was out here picking up chicks and pretending to be, emo Luke Skywalker. But I mean, Andros could have been leader. I mean, you could have picked any other character. You got Zach, the black guy, right? And no, he's not popping, bro. One hit wonder. I don't know what the old heads why they thought he was a good idea, as a character. But that's besides the point. I mean, honestly, I would have preferred Carlos from In Space and Johnny Young Bosch, an actual actor and martial artist, like the dude who played Rocky. Also Johnny Young Bosch is the voice actor of Broly and Ichigo, also Bash from Trigun. But Broly and Ichigo are from two franchises that will make infinitely more money than this trash franchise. Carter and Titanium was going crazy in Lightspeed Rescue and the Miss F jokes. Oh yeah, and also, it's time for Time Force because honestly, they should just delete everything before 2000 and everything after 2010 in this franchise, including the trash animation in this game.